Hi guys. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited right now. I ordered some new stuff from the catalog on Monday, some pre-order items that I could order. And I just got notification that it was at my front door, so I literally ran upstairs to open my door to get my box. So I'm a little winded right now, but I'm so excited because I'm going to be able to show you guys some stuff from the new catalog. So yay! Anyway, I hope everyone's doing wonderful today. I'm doing pretty good. Please go ahead and say hello if you are watching and you can hear me and everything's good and all that good stuff. I'm going to check and see my iPad over here if I'm seeing myself, and I'm not. So either my iPad is messed up or I am just talking to myself in my stamp room. Oh, yeah, there I am. Okay, yay. So anyway, big news in the Stampin' Up! World is the retiring items list was posted on Monday. So everything that's retiring from the annual catalog and the occasions catalog is listed on these retirement lists. And I do have those linked on my blog at barbstamps.com. So you can go to my blog and click the links to see everything that's retiring. The list is fairly long, but I don't want people to freak out too much because I'm going to explain a little bit about what's going on and why the list is so long. So to start off with, you might notice that there are a ton of bundles retiring. Well, some of those bundled items have 3 asterisks next to them. And if they do have the 3 asterisks next to them, all that means is the code for the bundle and the bundle pricing is retiring, not the specific items. So say, for instance, the Petal Palette bundle from the Occasions catalog, it's going to be listed as retiring, but it's only the pricing, the bundle pricing. When you purchase bundles, you get a 10% discount on those bundles. And so a bundle comes out in a catalog. If it carries over to another catalog, the bundle pricing is retired. So the Petal Palette stamp set and the Petals and More, I think is what the die set's called, will be in the new catalog. You just won't be able to purchase them at the 10% discount. You'll purchase them individually. So that's all that means with the bundles. So check your bundles on the retiring list. If you see the 3 asterisks next to that bundle, like I said, all that means is that the pricing is retiring. So hello, Roseanne, Wendy, and Mary Ellen. Lovely to see you guys. Also, you're going to notice that all of the ink pads are retiring. Okay, that's not entirely true. What's going on is Stampin' Up! Is going to be we're announcing a color revamp this year. And along with the color revamp is a redesign of our stamp pad cases. And so so yes, we are retiring some colors, and I will talk about that. But all the stamp pads, our current stamp pads, look like this. This is our current stamp pad case. You flip it over, open it up, and that's how you use it. Well, the mold for this case, the patent is expiring. And so Stampin' Up! Wanted to improve upon these cases, and so that's why they're retiring this style of case. So, like I said, I ran upstairs because my order arrived. So I have this brand new ink pad that I haven't even opened. I have no idea. This is one of our new ink pads. Hello, Phyllis, and hello, Brenda. So this is a color, this is one of our new in colors called Grapefruit Grove. So, and it opens like this. It's just like a makeup compact. You just flip it up and then you fold it over and then you slide it into place. This is the first time I've ever opened this one, so it's going to be a little bit tough. No problem there. It's open. To close it, I'm just going to give it a little press down there, slide it, flip it, close it. So again, it opens like a makeup compact where you just flip it up and it opens. So this design is easier to open, which is going to be wonderful for those of you that have struggled with our old pads to open them. In addition, it has a tighter seal. You can see on these old style pads, there's a gap where the pad slides into the case. These pads do not have that gap. And so there is a tighter fit on these. So your ink isn't going to dry out as fast if you're struggling with that at all. Plus, sometimes when I have my ink pads in my spinny around thing, Color Caddy, they'll start to slide open just a slight bit, but these will not. So this is amazing. Also, there are these little nubs Can you see those little tiny nubs on the back of the pads? And then on the front of the pad, there is like a divot, an indent. And so these will stack on top of each other, which is going to be super cool. If you just have them sitting on a desk or something, they're not going to fall over. So I am so excited. Plus, we have new labels. So you can peel, I'll just go ahead and do this, peel this label set off here. And there, you probably can't read because it's in languages I don't understand, but there's English, French, maybe German, and then Japanese, because we are in all those markets. So I'm going to go ahead and peel off the Grapefruit Grove little sticker. And I'm going to put that right here on the end of my pad, right there. So you'll still be able to see what color it is when it's in your color caddy. A question you might be wanting to know is, are these pads going to fit in your color caddy? Yes, they will. However, the design is a little bit different. So if you're a person that likes to spin the heck out of your color caddy, they might come out. So just don't spin them super fast. Okay, there's also a plain one with no writing on it. And I'm going to peel that one off. And that one, put it on my finger. Let me open this pad. Oh my gosh, you guys, this is so exciting. I can hardly stand it. When I open my pad, there's like a lip here. I can stick this plain unmarked piece into the pad. I probably should have done this with my camera the other way, but like I said, I just literally raced upstairs, raced outside, because I just got the notification on my phone that my package was here, and I couldn't believe it because normally I get my UPS at about 6 o'clock at night, and that's like every day. And so when I got the notification that it was here, I just literally screamed out, ran upstairs, opened the door, and got it. So here it is. So I'll stick that right inside. So when your pad is open on your desk, you'll be able to see. Some of the darker colors are hard to tell what color they are, but with this new label, you'll be able to see that. So that's another really awesome feature about these pads. So I am super excited about this. And I'm going to put this other sticker strip somewhere else, because if I don't, I'm going to end up sticking it on my paper, and then that's going to be a mess. Hello, Wendy and Denise and Kathy. I know you guys, isn't this exciting? I'm just so excited. I can hardly stand it. So new ink pads. Okay. So as I was talking about the retiring list, all the ink pads are listed on the retiring list. Not every color is retiring. We are retiring some colors. So the colors that we're retiring are, and I better open my drawer and look at my papers while I'm saying this because I might forget. So right now, we've got our in colors that are retiring, and I've been talking about this for a few weeks. They are Peekaboo Peach, Dapper Denim, Emerald Envy, Sweet Sugar Plum, and Flirty Flamingo. Now, all of those are retiring as in colors. Flirty Flamingo is coming back, and it would be part of our Brights collection in the new catalog. So there's really 4 of those in colors that are actually going to be gone, along with these colors. And like I said, I have to cheat and look in my drawer. Tangerine Tango, Tempting Turquoise, Pink Pirouette, Wild Wasabi, Soft Sky, Marina Mist, Wisteria Wonder, Rose Red, Island Indigo, Elegant Eggplant, and Perfect Plum. So that's 17 colors that we currently have today that are going to retire. So cardstock, ink pads, refills, markers, any designer series papers, any embellishments, ribbons, whatnot is all retiring. Okay, so you guys might be freaking out going, oh my gosh, my Marina Mist, what am I going to do? Well, order some cardstock, order a refill if you already have the pad color. The ink pads and the ink refills will be guaranteed available through May 7th. So, I mean, you do have a little bit of time to figure out what ink refills you might need for those 17 colors that are retiring. After May 7th, ink pads, ink refills will be while supplies last. Right now, though, everything, all the cardstocks, all the ribbons, designer series papers, markers are while supplies last. So if you need cardstock and refills, don't wait too long to get your orders in. You can order online at shoppingwithbarb.com. If you're unable to order online, not comfortable ordering online, you can call me on the phone, email me. I'm happy to place the order for you. Okay, so that is a bit about the ink pads. Stamp sets will be guaranteed available through May 25th. After that date, they will be while supplies last. And everything else that I haven't even talked about is while supplies last. So it's ink pads, refills, and stamp sets that have guaranteed availability dates. Everything else is retiring. Now, if you guys have any questions as I'm going along here, please put them on my, post them, because I can see your comments on my screen, and I'll try to keep my eye on those as we're going through all this information. Okay, so that's the retiring lists. And like I said, you can get those retiring lists on my blog at barbstamps.com. You can download them. I've already downloaded mine, printed them out. I've got all my retired stamps pulled. I've got my papers pulled and everything. So, retiring list is done talking about. So now, I think what I'm going to do, you guys, is I'm going to flip the camera over now because I want to show you some things, and my rear-facing camera is a little bit better. Let's see. Somebody asked me what goes into the cards. I'm making sure. Heather, you are so right. Please share my video because we are going to make some cards. Actually, the cards I make today are going to be fairly simple, though. So anybody could make them. But, I mean, it does take some time. So, okay, I'm going to flip the camera. Hopefully that was a smooth transition, and you guys are probably going, oh my gosh, Barb, your desk is full of junk. Okay, it is. I'm going to move some things out of the way, and then we're going to talk about the new colors. Okay, so as I mentioned, we have 17 colors retiring. And I do have to tell you guys a funny story about chocolate chip. I have gray hair, okay? A lot of you may have gray hair. I color my hair about every 6 weeks or so. But in between the time that I actually get my hair colored and, you know, now, like I still have about 2 weeks to go before I'm going to actually get my hair colored. Well, my gray starts to show, and I don't really like that. And so I use chocolate chip ink and a sponge dauber, and I literally take the sponge dauber, dip it into the ink, and pounce it on my head. I literally do that to cover up my gray grow out, and it works beautifully. In the summertime, my hairdresser sometimes makes my hair a little bit lighter, and I use crumb cake in the summertime. Well, when I saw chocolate chip on the retiring list, I gasped, seriously, literally gasped, and jumped right on and ordered 3 chocolate chip ink refills because Mama needs her chocolate chip for her hair. Yes, Wendy, I am totally serious about this, and it works beautifully. They're dye-based inks. They're non-toxic. They're not going to do anything to you. They cover up your gray hair. When you wash your hair, it comes out. I mean, even like the next day, like I don't wash my hair every day. So even the next day, it might be a little bit worn out, and I just add some more. So, yeah, chocolate chip is one of my best friends. And so this is my actual little bag. I keep it upstairs in my bathroom. I got my pad. I've got my sponge dauber. And then I've got my 3 ink refills on their way to me right now. So enough about my hair and my gray problem. But share that with your friends, people. That, if nothing else, is a good tip from this video today. That is a brilliant tip because there's a lot of stuff out there that you can use to color your hair in between, you know, going to the hairdresser. It's expensive. It's probably got some harsh chemicals in it, whereas this ink and a sponge dauber is cheap and you will have great results. Okay, so I showed you the Grapefruit Grove ink pad. Well, here are the rest of the in colors that are going to be in the new catalog. And I had some information that I can't find now that I'll keep looking for. Anyway, these are going to be our 5 new in colors. So we've got Lovely Lipstick, Grapefruit Grove, which I showed you, Pineapple Punch, Call Me Clover, Blueberry Bushel. So in addition to the in colors that were introduced last year, the Fresh Fig, Lemon Lime Twist, those, we will have these colors added to our color palette. So there's 10 colors right there. We've also changed the neutrals group. So we've taken some colors out of the neutrals group, and we've taken out the white, the vanilla, and the black. So they're in their own group. So that means we still have 4 color groups with 10 colors each. So that means we've actually added 3 colors to our color group. And these are the brand new colors that are coming into our color groups. We've got the Merry Merlot, Gray Granite, Mango Melody, Granny Apple Green, Shaded Spruce, Petal Pink, Soft Sea Foam, Gorgeous Grape, Highland Heather, and Balmy Blue. So these colors are going to be mixed into our color groups. We have also done a complete revamp of our color groups. So we've changed some things around as we've retired those 14 or 13 core colors. We had to revamp some of that stuff. So here is the new color families. Okay, so we've got the neutrals. You can see the Merry Merlot is in there. The Mossy Meadow is coming back. Night of Navy is transferred over. basic gray. Now I do want to mention something about our archival black and our archival gray. They are retiring, okay? So in place of archival black, hello Sherry, we are bringing back Stays On black. So yay, I love Stays On. Basic gray, we're keeping the color in the neutrals collection, but it will not be archival. So you might be wondering, oh, I didn't even mention this. Oh my gosh, you guys, we are reformulating our ink. So we're adding something called a defoamer to the ink. And I know a lot of you have probably noticed this. When you ink up a bold stamp in our current ink, sometimes it'll be bubbly. And then when you stamp it, it's not a nice, crisp, clean image that you would like to see. So Stampin' Up! Has added a defoamer to the ink to counteract that problem. So the ink has been reformulated. So you might be wondering, well, is that reformulated ink? Can I still use my current re-inkers in the new pads? Yes, you can. If you have Real Red re-inker right now and you buy, and you can use it in a new Real Red pad if you decide to upgrade to the new pad. The only color you will not be able to use is if you currently have an archival basic gray, you will not be able to ink up the new classic basic gray with that refill. So that is the only color that will not be the same that's in our new collection. So as I said, here's all the new. They've restructured everything, and you might notice some old in colors coming back. Poppy Parade, Mossy Meadow, Coastal Cabana, woohoo! And what else is new? The Blackberry Bliss is coming back. So that is very exciting. So we've got 6 old in colors coming back, and they are Mossy Meadow, Poppy Parade, Flirty Flamingo is transferring to the Brights. We've got the Mint Macaron, Coastal Cabana, and Blackberry Bliss. So these 6 colors are coming back into the collection. We added these 10 colors are brand new. So that's 16 colors plus the 5 new in colors, which means we are going to have 21 new colors to play with, you guys. I am so excited about that. Now, please don't freak out and think, oh my gosh, how am I going to be able to afford this color revamp? You know, you're going to do like everyone does. You'll just buy a few pads at a time. Like these 10 new colors are going to be offered in a package. So you'll be able to purchase just these pads here. They'll be the brand new style with the new ink formulation, and they'll be bundled. So there'll probably be a little bit of a discount on this 10. Same thing with markers. They'll have a marker pack for those also. And I think probably cardstock colors also. And so it's not going to be as bad as you think. And honestly, we need new colors. I mean, Stampin' Up! Does a little bit of color changing every so often. Yes, Roseanne, there will be Blackberry Bliss. I did not know that when you asked me that last month. I didn't know it was coming back. So yes, we'll have cardstock in every one of these colors. Every one of our 53 colors we're going to have cardstock in. So yes. Now I lost my train of thought. So I can't talk and read comments at the same time and then, you know, think about what I'm going to do. Well, if somebody can remember what I was talking about, remind me, because I can't remember. So anyways, new codes. Oh, I wanted to talk about how things have to change. If things stay the same, we get bored. I was telling some of my friends or some of my downline on a team video the other day that, you know, if you went to Target every day, I mean, we've all been to Target. We love Target. They've got amazing fun stuff in there. But if you went there every day and every single day they had the same stuff, you would get bored and you'd stop shopping there. Well, Stampin' Up! Is no different. If they don't change things up and follow trends and keep up with the times, you're going to get bored and you're not going to want to buy their products anymore. And of course, we don't want that to happen because we're crafters. We love new stuff. That's what we live for. It's not unlike my husband who needs a new tool every other week in the garage. So anyway, that's a little bit about the color revamp. I am very excited about it. Yes, I'm sad that some of my favorites are leaving. I'm sad about the chocolate chip for my hair, but I scored my refills. I'm sad about Marina Mist. I really like that. Rose Red and Pink Pirouette together are gorgeous. Elegant Eggplant and Wisteria Wonder together are gorgeous. So I'm going to miss those, but obviously we have some more colors that we're going to get to play with. So, you know, get your favorites right now while you can, and then you'll still have those to play with, and then you can incorporate all these new colors into your palette. So that's fun. The new catalog. I haven't seen it. I've seen it online because I'm a demonstrator, so I have that capability, but I don't actually have a catalog in my hand. But I do have some new catalog products that I can show you that are coming out. This is a stamp set called Love What You Do, and you'll see that our packaging is a little bit different. It's gone simple black and white, which is very exciting. So all new stamp sets will come to you in this new packaging. Here is a fun little embellishment kit. It's called the Share What You Love embellishment kit, and we've got some baker's twine and some thin thread there. We've got some fun little doohickeys that are self-adhesive. We've got some laser cut tags in there, and the box is awesome. So you could totally keep the box and use it as a gift. You could make cards and stick them in the box and give them to somebody. And it's got our statement of the heart on there, which is always really fun. What else do we have? Oh, we have some new Rich Razzleberry velvet ribbon. Let's see if I can open this up. If you guys joined me late, I literally got notification that my box was on my porch at like 9:59. So I raced upstairs and got it, so I could show you guys new stuff. I'm very excited. So here's our Rich Razzleberry velvet ribbon. Gorgeous. Here are some fun things. These are the Share What You Love artisan pearls. Aren't those cute? And they're self-adhesive. And I believe these are, I don't know what colors they are. This looks like maybe the pineapple, the Call Me Clover, maybe Calypso Coral. I'm not sure, but they're amazing and I can't wait to use them, and they're self-adhesive, so yay. Yes, everybody, thank you for sharing the video. Keep doing that. I love that. Here is a new Big Shot folder. This is, again, the new packaging, just a simple black and white. And this is one of our dynamic 3D folders. Maybe if I get a chance, I can run this through the Big Shot while we're doing some stuff. I don't know. Can you see that gorgeous, amazing flower that is on there? Oh my gosh, that is so pretty. I can't wait to use that. And the final thing that I got to order was some Designer Series paper, and this is called the Share What You Love Specialty Designer Series paper. So you guys know when we have specialty papers, that means there's some fancy accents on there, and this one does not disappoint. Look at that. Can you guys see that? Pearlized accents on these papers. Oh my heavens. So pretty. Oh my gosh, you guys, look at that. Wow. I can hardly wait to use this. And I'm going to give you a little sneak peek. There's going to be something coming out in May for you customers, so keep that in mind. All right, I'm going to get these things out of the way, and then we're going to do our housekeeping business, like who won the cards last week and stuff. Okay. So, everyone who shared the video last week, I put your name in a drawing for the cards that I made during my Facebook Live last week, and the winner of the cards is Sally Solotz. So, congratulations, Sally. Message me your address, please. Facebook message me your address or email it to me at barb@barbstamps.com, and then I will get your cards out to you. So, thank you so much for sharing that. I love it and I appreciate it, because I've got some great stuff to share, you guys, and people need to know about it, right? Yeah, I'm kind of funny. Okay, moving on. I've got my host code right here. My host code is for the month of April, and if you order $30 from me, I will send you a 12-sheet sampler of the True Gentleman Designer Series paper, which is this paper here. So this is very exciting. Father's Day is coming up, so this is great paper to use. And I did do a card last week with this paper, so check out my Facebook Live from last week if you want to see it in action. Also, you guys, I had my 15-year Stampin' Up! Anniversary on Monday. I have been a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator for 15 years. I can hardly believe that. It's gone by so fast, and I have met some of the most amazing people as a demonstrator, and some of them are my best friends. And so Stampin' Up! Is just the most wonderful company to be associated with. I can't stress it enough. If you guys are interested at all in signing up for Stampin' Up!, you can do that through me. I would love to have you on my team. It costs you $99 plus tax, and you get $125 worth of merchandise in your kit. So if you're interested in that, let me know. Plus, let me just give you this little sneak peek information. Starting May 2nd, if you sign up, you can add things from the new catalog to your kit. So yes! Okay, so my anniversary. So since it's my anniversary, I have another special. In addition to the papers that I just showed you, if you place a $50 order with me this week and use the host code, I will send you a kit to make all of these cards. All you'll need is adhesive and stamped, the stamps to make your greetings. I'll send you the die or the punched out flowers, the designer series paper, the little strips here, and the card bases for $50 orders. So get to my store at shoppingwithbarb.com and order for my anniversary so you can get some free stuff. Okay. Another little thing I want to share with you guys is this adorable box. Is this not the cutest thing or what? This is a 25710 box, and I'm going to be, this is going to be on my blog tomorrow as part of a blog hop with another item. And I also have a video for this to show you how to make it. So come check my blog tomorrow, barbstamps.com, for your free tutorial video on how to make this adorable box. I think it's so cute. Okay. Let's just see if I've talked about everything. I gave away the cards. We talked about the new stuff. Like I said, if you guys do have any questions, please comment so I can answer them if I can. And I guess we'll get started with some stamping now. So let's see, what do I want to do first? How about this? Okay, so we're going to be using some retired items today. And you'll remember that I just was talking about Pink Pirouette and Rose Red together. Well, I wasn't kidding. They are really, really pretty together. So we're going to be doing a pretty simple card using those colors along with, where is my stamp set? Right here. The Garden in Bloom stamp set, which is a retiring item right now, and the watercolor wash stamp set, which is also retiring. So for my first card, I'm going to use a couple of the images from the Garden in Bloom stamp set. So I've got the two flowers, these two flowers here. I've got the Just For You sentiment out of the watercolor words. Got the leaf images here, the two leaf images to go along with that. And then I've got some other cards that I'm going to show you after we're done to show you some different ways that you can like maybe step this up a little bit. So we can get the stamp sets out of the way, move the stamps. And I got a fresh piece of cardstock here on my foam mat because my other one was pretty ugly. In fact, I just tossed it in the trash this morning. So, ew, how hideous is that? It's awful. It had to go. Okay, so I'm going to start by inking my sentiment, my Just For You, in my basic gray. Now, this is the archival basic gray that is retiring, but will be replaced by a new classic ink basic gray. And yes, that's all there is to that. So I'm going to stamp that right in the center. And I'm using a photopolymer stamp, so I do like to sometimes put that foam mat underneath my stamps because I just feel like I get a little bit better impression that way since there's no foam like you would have on a clear mount stamp or a wood mount stamp. Okay, so I've got my Rose Red out here, and I've got the detailed line image of this stamp. And you might notice this little kind of arrow right here. That is going to help me line these two stamps up. Both of these stamps have that little arrow pointing out. So when I stamp the image, so if I always have the arrow pointing up, when I go to do the overstamp on this one, if my arrow is pointing up, it'll be very easy for me to line these two up, okay? So I'm just going to tamp some ink onto that, and then we're going to just start stamping around my sentiment here. And I'm trying to keep that little arrow, you know, basically kind of going the same direction up. I think I just got ink on my finger. I did. Good thing I noticed that because I don't know if you guys ever do that, but I have been known to sometimes get my inky fingers on my projects. And that just irritates me to no end. Okay, so we've got our Rose Red done. Now we're going to bring in the bold image and the Pink Pirouette. You guys, these are really pretty colors together. And I'm going to ink this up in the Pink Pirouette. And again, I'm going to have my little pointer kind of pointing up. And then you can see that these are going to line up really well for me. Just like that. And this stamp is supposed to do that. It's designed to not be perfect. So don't freak out when you notice that your stamp is not complete, because it really is. And see how easy that is to line these up? Just with those little pointers. Makes it super, super simple. Is that right? Or is it like this? How did I do it? I think it was like that. That looks better. Okay, so we've got the flowers. So super easy stamping so far, guys. And now I'm going to bring in another retiring color is Wild Wasabi. and we are going to add some leaves to this. So I'm going to take my detailed image, and again, this is the same. I don't know as though you'd really need these on leaves, but they both do have those little arrows. And so we're going to go ahead and add some leaves. Let's see, if we did this, maybe like that. That one like that. How about like so? That'll work. Okay, so I'm going to come back in with my bold image, and this time I'm going to stamp off. So I'm going to ink that up, stamp off, and then, I guess maybe I did need, did you see how I almost didn't get that lined up? Okay, and so this time I've stamped it full strength, and then I can bring it over here and do it partial strength. And then this one we will stamp off. Thank you, Roseanne. I know the color combination is super pretty. I think so too. Okay, so that's really all I'm going to do on this, you guys. It's done. And now all I'm going to do is add it to a couple of layers of cardstock, and then it's done. Add a little bit of snail here. And oops, I like to have it on a different color so I can make sure that I get my sides lined up here. So we've got the the rose red layer, and then I'm going to add that to the pink pirouette layer. And so if you guys already have these colors in your collection, get them out and use them. They are really, really pretty together. And then I'm going to bring in some dimensionals, and we will just add some dimensionals. And you wouldn't even have to add dimensionals to the back of this if you didn't want to. You could just do it plain. You could just add more glue. But sometimes dimensionals add a little bit of fun. Press your fingernail into the back of those little guys and then just peel them off. Ah, come off, you. Okay. And this week, guys, I've got another little special. Of course, if you share the video, I'm going to put you in the drawing to win the cards. So everyone will have a chance to win the cards if you share the video. And if you, where's my gift? If you actually place an order with me and send me an email that you did, I have, there's something, oh, here they are. I have these Subtles enamel shapes that I'm going to give away. So if you order from me this week, you can message me and say, hey, I saw you on Facebook Live. I just placed an order. I'll put your name in the drawing for the free gift also. So we'll be giving away cards and enamel shapes. Okay, so the card is done, but I did want to show you some other things you can do. You can see here's the same flower stamped. I added this little piece right here to the center of that flower. So I stamped off the rose red a few times and then stamped it in the center there. So that's what you can do with that. Here's another one that I did. Exactly the same type of thing, but you can barely see that I went back in with my pink pirouette and that same stamp that I just talked about right here and put it in the center. Here's one that I did, just change the colors up. Like I mentioned, the Wisteria Wonder and the Elegant Eggplant together, amazing. And you can see I added some silver glitter to the flower middles and then some just random little dots around. And I did that with my fine tip glue. I just added some glue to the center of each of these flowers, sprinkled it with the silver glitter, silver glitter, and then just let it dry. And so I have that fabulousness in the center of that. This one, same idea. I just made it a vertical card instead, and I added some like 3D butterflies. Those are also in the stamp set, you guys, these little butterflies here. So I added those, and I just glued down the butterfly middles, so it's 3D. So the butterflies look like they're flying off the page. Isn't that fun? Again, same layout. And then here's one I did. This was the first one I did, and I'm not that happy with it. So I just used a card layer. This is our Thick Whisper White, just a card layer. Did the exact same stamping, but then I went in with this little guy here. Where is he at? This little thing here. And that I wasn't super happy with. And then I added the little tiny flower middle in the yellow and then added some ribbon. So I'm not completely happy with it. I don't hate it, but I like these other ones better. And then I was trying to mess around with adding some other colors in. So I added some smoky slate and did this one here. So I did a lot of different things with just the flower stamps. And so here's our card that we did. Super simple, but I think it's really pretty. Okay, let's move on to our next project. Let me clean this up. And I learned from a couple weeks ago not to put my stamps in the same bucket with my finished cards because I got ink on that. So my cards will be going somewhere else, like that on my table behind me. Okay, next card is going to be, let's do this one. We're going to use the same stamp set on this card, but we're going to make with some different stamps. So here's my pieces. So I've got the Tempting Turquoise, Elegant Eggplant, some Lemon Lime Twist, and some white. So these two are retiring, Tempting Turquoise and the Elegant Eggplant. We're using the same stamp set here. We're going to use, oh, what am I using on this one? I'm using the small butterfly, these tiny little flowers, the stem, and then the smaller leaves. Where are they? Right here. And then I've got a greeting out of this stamp set here called Ready to Pop, this small happy birthday. Okay, but we're mostly using the Garden in Bloom again because I just love that stamp set. All right, so we've got our stem here. We've got the small butterfly and the leaves. We've got the greeting. And we've got the flowers and another set of leaves. And actually, I think I'm going to move this butterfly to another block. I was messing around last night, and so I had blocks used with other stamps. So, okay. All right, so here's our piece of cardstock. We're going to start out by inking up the sentiment in the Elegant Eggplant. Where is it? Oh, here we go. Okay, so here's my Elegant Eggplant, and I'm just going to ink up my sentiment here. Kind of tap, tap, tap on that. And I'm going to stamp it, oh, about here at the top of this little strip. And this is 1 7/8 by 4 1/4 is this. Okay, so I've got that. Then I'm going to come in with my little outline stamp here. And these little stamps are the same. They have those little arrows also pointing up. So I'm going to stamp those so that I remember which way so I know which way to do it. So I think I'm going to start out having it point up. So that one's going to point up, and then I think my next one's going to point down. How do I want it to do? So it was that way. We'll do it like a 90-degree deal here. And we'll stamp that one about like that. We'll turn it again about like so. This one can be a little higher because we're going to kind of go around the sentiment here. And then this last one will be kind of off the page, but to the side, like that. Okay. Then we're going to come in with the bold image. We're going to stamp it off, and then we're going to do it over the top. So any of our ink pad colors, guys, can be multiple colors or multiple shades of the same color. So that's really fun. And so I'm just rotating my stamp because I did them opposite. You know, I did one pointed up and then one pointed down. And then this one will be pointed down like that. Oh, sorry. Okay. Oh my gosh, I wasn't totally in the frame there. Sorry about that. All right, so I'm going to put my ink pads away that I'm kind of done with so I don't make a mess. And I'm going to bring in my Lemon Lime Twist. And now we're going to give the flowers some stems. So we're just going to ink up part of that stem. And I'm going to use this end of the stem for every other one. And then I'm going to use the other end of the stem for the others because I think they're a little bit different, and that'll just give some more interest to my card. Yeah, I might want to make sure I get that one fully inked. And then this one's going to be just barely on the edge. And then we'll come in with our leaves. And these have those little arrows on them too. Again, you probably wouldn't really need them for leaves, but I mean, you might, you never know. And let's see, this one I think will kind of hang off the page a little bit. So we're just kind of trying to stagger the leaves so they're not exactly the same, like that. And then my last little trick, I'm going to ink up and I'm going to stamp it off, and then I'm going to go every other set, okay? So I'm going to skip every other one. I just thought that might be a little, add some more interest to that for some fun. Okay, then I've got my little butterfly here, and I'm going to ink that up in some Elegant Eggplant. And I'm going to stamp it off because it's a little bit darker than I want it to be for this particular card. And we're going to add some of these adorable little butterflies because they're going to be flying around a little bit. Oh my gosh, so cute. Okay, so I'm done with the stamping on that piece. So I can move these little stamps out of the way. I'm going to bring in, where is my large butterfly? Does anybody see a large butterfly laying on the desk somewhere? Did I put it away? No. Oh, here we go. It was in my box for my next card. Okay, so we've got these two decorative strips, and then we've got our main card base. So I'll go ahead and fold that in half. Get a bone folder here. Always got to use a bone folder when you fold your cards. And so I'm going to add some fun to this layer here with some turquoise. And this is the detailed butterfly. So we're just going to ink that up, and I'm just going to kind of make a little path of butterflies that's just going to kind of fly up my card here. Like so. All right, so there's the main card base. And then I'm going to take my lemon lime twist, and I'm going to add, let's make this a strip. We're going to have it peek out just a tiny little bit, just for some color. Oh, Levon, it is a great set. I know, I love this set. There's so many sets I love. Okay, so we've got that. And now, this is going to be like a tip and technique video right now. What I'm going to show you is I want a scallop edge on this piece of elegant eggplant, but I don't really have a scalloped edge punch. I have a die, but sometimes everyone doesn't have a die set. But some of you may have this banner punch, okay? Or badge punch, excuse me. It's retiring, but I want to show you something you can do with it if you have it or if you want to buy it. You can make a scalloped edge. You can see this little scallopy thing right here. Well, if you stick your cardstock in, so I've got the edge of the cardstock is going to be right at the edge of the punch, okay? And then I'm going to have the rest of the cardstock just right at the bottom of those little scallops, and I'm going to punch. Check that out. I'm going to put this back in. The edge of my cardstock, my little piece right there, I hope you guys can see that. The edge of the cardstock is going to go right against this inside edge of the punch. So that little chunk is going to go right there. And then again, I'm going to line it up so it's just barely at the edge of the cardstock, okay? And I'm going to punch. And then I'm going to keep going. Same thing. So here's the little edge of the cardstock here. We're going to butt it up against the edge of the punch, and then have the scallop be right at the edge of the cardstock, and we're going to punch that. And so we have a cute little scallop edge. And so I'm now going to add that to the end of this. So if you guys have that badge punch, that's a great way to use it. If you don't have it, maybe you want to get it. All right, so I'm going to just set this so it's just kind of right at the edges of the scallops, like that. And I can see that I've got a tiny, tiny little thing there that I want off. Okay, so now you can see I've got some excess hanging off the edges. Not a problem. I'm just going to take some scissors, because sometimes I'll cut my layers, my pieces just a tiny bit longer than I need, and that way when I glue them on, I can get them on there right. Okay, so this is going to go on the card like so. What do you guys think of this so far? I think I just love it, and I love these colors. I was just so, we are supposed to have, oh my gosh, we have a weather alert that we're supposed to get like 10 inches of snow. I lost my big dimensional, so we'll have to use small ones. 10 inches of snow on Friday. Are you kidding me right now? I mean, I realize I live in Wyoming, but 10 inches of snow on April, whatever that's going to be, 13th. Oh my gosh, that's Friday the 13th, isn't it? Anyway, that's ridiculous. So I'm tired of winter. I want some spring, and so if I can't get spring outside, I'm going to get spring in my stamp room. And I'm going to create with springy colors because that's what I want to do. And this stamp set just was screaming spring to me, so I'm having some issues getting these off with my wonderfully manicured nails that I talk about a lot with you guys. I know you just laugh every time I talk about nails because I clearly don't have any. Okay. So there is that card. Now I'm almost done. I am going to add a little bit of fun. I've got some, what do I have here? I've got some of these enamel shapes, these metallic enamel shapes, and I don't have the ones that I want. I want the silver dots. And I have some gold, but I don't want gold. I want silver. So I'm going to open this package. Apparently it doesn't want me to get in there. Haha. Okay. So this actually is a package of silver and gold. You get the silver and the gold. I only need the silver. And so I wanted to add some, I thought it'd be kind of fun if I added some of these metallic enamel shapes, just kind of randomly on my card here. Be like that. And maybe one down here. Okay. So it's done. And of course, these little metallic shapes, they're retiring also, guys. So there is my next card. Is that just not adorable or what? I just love that card. Okay, so this goes in the pile of winners. Somebody's going to win this one also. So far, these are the 2 cards that someone's going to win. And I've got one more amazing card for you with this same stamp set. So let me clear up my mess a little bit. And then we will get, and I'm going to put my stamps in the bucket, but not with my cards. Because like I said before, that was a big problem. I do need to keep this butterfly though, because I'm going to use that again. So I've got my little absorber cloth here that I'm going to use to clean my stamps off. Okay, so do I have everything out of the way? Oh, look at this mess. I'm kind of one of those people that doesn't like a mess. But sometimes when you're stamping, you have to make a mess. It is what it is. I'm going to get over it. Okay, so this is going to be a fun rainbow kind of card, guys. And I did do a rainbow card for you here a few weeks ago. And it's just because rainbows are so pretty and it's spring. And I really want spring around here. Yesterday, it was like 60-some degrees. Friday, it's supposed to snow 10 inches. That's just not right. Oh, look, here's my dimensionals right over here. I knew they were out here. Okay, so we're using the same stamp set. This time we're going to use the butterflies, the same one that I used on the last card to do the turquoise stamping. And I think that's the only, and then the bold image that goes with it. And again, these 2 have those little points on them. Not really necessary, I don't think, with a butterfly, but who knows? Okay, so I need to get my inks all out here. We're going to be using a number of ink pads. We've got Real Red, Tangerine Tango, Crushed Curry, Pear Pizzazz, Marina Mist, that's retiring, sad face, and the Perfect Plum, which is also retiring, another sad face. Okay, so same stamp set, Garden in Bloom. And we've got a piece of white that we're going to stamp on. I'm going to bring my foam mat back in with my beautiful rose red inked up thing on here. And we are going to stamp in black. So where's my black? Okay. So we're going to stamp the detailed butterfly in the black here. And I'm just going to kind of make these butterflies sort of like in flight. Sort of. A little bit. Like that. And now we're going to start the turn here. And we'll finish off at the top here with this one heading off the page. Okay, so now I'm going to bring in my bold image and we're going to go ahead and we're going to stamp all of these colors over the tops of these butterflies. And I'm cleaning my stamp in between each one just because, you know, obviously I don't want to muddy up my colors because that would just be yucky. What do you guys think of rainbows? Anybody a rainbow fan? I know I am. Ooh, and I may have to stop and take a drink of my water here. I'm getting a little parched. I've done a lot of talking today and the past few days about all these exciting changes that are coming up at Stampin' Up! Oh my gosh. Okay. So we have our rainbow done. And actually, I'm going to close these up and put them back in the box because I don't know if you guys do this, but I've already stuck my finger in one color, and thankfully I noticed it so that I didn't get it onto my project. So we're going to go ahead and close these up. Okay, closed up. Now, next step is I have taken a piece of Perfect Plum, and I ran it through the Big Shot with one of the retiring folders, the Brick Wall. If you don't have this one already, guys, I highly recommend it. It makes really cool backgrounds, as you can see. by this piece right here. So this is the Perfect Plum, and I'm just going to add this right to the edge of the card right there. So, oh, I'm actually going to use liquid glue, because whenever I do embossing on pieces of cardstock, I feel like they stick better to my projects if I use liquid glue. So, as crafters, just like my husband in the garage, I need multiple tools. So I need multiple types of adhesive to do my job. Okay. Oops, press that down. I do have a little excess there that we don't need. So I'm just going to get my snips out here and cut that off. Okay, that's done. Now I've got some of our Pear Pizzazz shimmer ribbon. So pretty. And we're going to end up putting that on here about like so. So I've already tied it. You guys have seen me tie my knots a million times. Hopefully nobody's too upset that I'm not tying it for you this time. But I tie it in lots of other Facebook Lives. I did a lot of blabbing at the beginning, and I didn't want this to go for hours and hours because, you know, that can get kind of boring. So anyway, okay. So my next step is going to be to cut myself out a greeting. And so I'm using kind of a detailed greeting here. Where is it? Well, it's on my Big Shot, which is behind me, so I'm not going to get that, but I'm going to show you what it's going to cut. It's going to cut this. It's the Lovely Words, I think it's called, die set. Of course, it's retiring. And one of the words it cuts out is the word friend. It actually makes a large oval with the word friend in it, but I only want the word friend. So I did take some of our multi-purpose adhesive sheets, because it's going to be easier for me to adhere this to my project with the glue already on it. And I'm just going to affix that to a piece of basic black. Okay. And then I would run it through the Big Shot machine, and this is what I would get, okay, my word friend. So now I can just snip this out of here, like so, and then I'm going to do a little fussy cutting to kind of make that a little bit nicer end than what it was. And I may have to take my glasses off for this. Old people, and well, I guess I'm not super old, but I have terrible eyes. I still haven't gotten my new glasses yet. I think I need to make my appointment here one of these days. It's just one of those pain in the butt things you don't really want to do. So I'm going to have that sit on the card right there. So all I can do now is I can just peel this off. Get a poking tool. There we go. Is that right? No, that's... That was taking off my cardstock, so I didn't. There we go. Got a little carried away with the piercing tool. Okay, so if I gently peel off the backing off my word friend, then I can just stick it wherever I want it to go, which is going to be about like so. How does that look? It's a tiny bit crooked, but hey, who cares? My friend isn't going to care. Okay, so then that's going to go around that. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in some of those enamel shapes that I talked about earlier today, that somebody who orders from me this week, between now and the next Facebook Live, somebody who orders from me and lets me know that they ordered from Facebook is going to get these. They're going to win them. And so I keep mine in this stamp case, and here's my Brights, here's my Regals, and here's my Subtles. So I already took them out, the ones I wanted. I already took them out, cut them off, and stuck them in this little case so that I could easily find them, okay? So we are just going to end up putting these on the card also. So we've got like serious rainbow action going here, people. All right, so I'm going to start this. What do I want? I'm going to have my ribbon there. I want to have my green one right there. Oh my gosh, now I lost it. Oh, haha, it's on my piercing tool. That's funny. Okay, so I'm going to stick the green one there, which means the yellow one, crushed curry one, is going to go on the other side of the yellow, so right here. And then the orange, the tangerine tango, is going to go on this side. We've got the real red. That's going to go right here. We've got the Marina Mist. It's going to go on this side. And then we've got the Perfect Plum. That's going to go right here. So then we've got even more rainbow action going on. All right, so I've got a couple pieces of tape on my hand. I am going to layer this onto a piece of black. So I don't see you guys commenting at all. So does nobody have anything to say? Everything I'm doing, you guys are getting. Nobody has any questions. Or did I lose you? Let's hope I didn't lose you. Sometimes the internet can go wonky in my basement. But, oh, thank you, Wendy. People are still here. Wendy said it was cute. I appreciate that very much. All right, so we're going to layer that on some black. About like so. And then we're going to take our 2 pieces of tape and we're going to wrap our ribbon, just kind of hiding the seam of the folder piece. Oh, thanks, Lisa. Thanks, Julie. I appreciate that. Roseanne loves butterflies. I do too. And this set just has some really fun butterflies in it. I just really like them. Hello, Teresa. Good to see you today. All right. So then we're just going to mount this on a piece of Whisper White thick cardstock. I have really started using this the past couple of years for my card bases, because a lot of times if you use regular Whisper White and you put your card up on a table or a desk or something, it just kind of falls flat. But if you use the thick Whisper White, it doesn't do that. Okay, and so we're just going to stick that, and you can see my layers are very skinny. Thank you, Kathy. All right, so make sure you guys are sharing the video with all of your crafty friends or anybody. You never know when somebody's crafty or not, right? Okay, so the last thing that you could do to this card, which I did to my sample card. Okay, so these are a little bit different. So this is the one that I was designing yesterday. So I didn't put the dots on this one because I wasn't sure how, if I'd like it better with or without the dots. Who knows? Oh, you bet, Teresa, anytime. So this one I actually did some splatter. Can you see the splatter on that? And I did that by taking my basic black Stampin' Write marker, and you just open it up. And actually, I'll just flick it some more on this one since I already did it once. Okay. And I need a piece of copy paper. Oh, here's a perfect piece. This is my son's Hiroshima project. We'll just cover that up. And then you just take your lid of your marker and you just do this. You just flick the marker out of the cap, and then it will splatter like that and make a really cool splattery design. So this one's got the splatter. This one's got the enamel dots. I'm not really sure which one I like better. I think I like them both in different ways. And I could splatter this one too if I wanted to, but I guess I won't right now. And I could add the dots to that one too. So that's all I have for you guys today. If you're watching this not live, like on the replay, and you have questions, does that ruin the marker tip? It probably does. I have this black marker because I have a couple of them, and so I do it with just my kind of old one. It probably does, but I didn't care because I can get another black marker, not a problem. What else was I going to say? Oh, if you're watching this on the replay, if you have comments, please comment. You can still share it even if it's not live. That doesn't make any difference. Carol says dots. Oh, you like the dots better. So does Wendy. I think I kind of like the dots better too. So share the video and like my page. If you haven't liked my page, there's a like button, I think up above somewhere, where you can like my page. So you'll be notified when I go live or when I'm going live. Remember that the retiring list stamp sets are until May 25th guaranteed. Ink pads, ink refills are until May 7th guaranteed. Cardstock is while supplies last. So there are 17 colors that are retiring that are listed on my blog. So make sure that you're aware of that. If there's colors that you just can't live without, chocolate chip ink refill for your gray hair. Get that stuff ordered right away so that you can make sure that you aren't sad. I hate sad stampers when they don't get their cardstock and ink refills. So thank you guys so much for watching today. I appreciate it very much, and I wish you all a fabulous weekend. Bye-bye.